Welcome back to our channel, the source for the latest news and fashion narratives about Catherine, the Princess of Wales. Today we provide you with interesting news. Fans go crazy as Catherine and Charlotte stun in color-coordinated outfits and melting moments. When there are royal events and every photo is shown across the globe, visual harmony is a rule, not a choice. There is a beautiful and lovely narrative that has come out of the British monarchy's pomp and splendor. Princess Charlotte and the Princess of Wales have mastered the difficult skill of dressing in sync. It is an understatement to say that Catherine, Princess of Wales, is the current fashion icon. She created the Kate effect, which combines high-end style with everyday accessibility to drive markets. She has shared the spotlight with other people in the last several years. Princess Charlotte, who is just 8 years old, has inherited more than her mother's elegance and dominating presence. She has also inherited the Princess of Wales's perfect taste. Fans and fashion experts have observed a cute trend. When the pair goes out in public, they wear garments that match well and are the same hue. Catherine and Charlotte have come up with a more grown-up approach for parents and daughters to dress alike than the well-known mini-me trend. They make a smooth and loving visual connection by using diverse colors, matching palettes, and accessories that look like each other. Let us look at how this royal couple's clothes changed from state funerals to Easter Sunday and see what made them melt and what made them seem amazing. The Coronation, a vision in ivory and silver, May 2023. The Wales family had a beautiful celebration for the coronation of King Charles III, which was a big deal. This could have been the time when Catherine and Charlotte worked together the best. Instead of traditional tiaras, the mother and daughter picked headpieces by Jess Collette and Alexander McQueen. Silver bullion, crystal, and silver thread three-dimensional leaf embroidery were the height of modern royal style. The synchronization was perfect below the headpieces. Both royals donned Alexander McQueen dresses made of white silk crepe. The details were important. Both outfits included motifs of roses, thistles, daffodils, and shamrocks, which stand for the four nations of the UK. Charlotte's clothes were a miniature, age-appropriate imitation of her mother's, complete with a cape. Catherine's was floor-length and covered with ceremonial robes. The picture featured Charlotte as a future princess standing next to her mother, showing that the monarchy will go on. Easter Blue, a lesson in tonal harmony, April 2023. The family went to the Easter Matins service at St. George's Chapel a month before the coronation, which was blue. Blue has traditionally been Wales's color, and it stands for stability, peace, and loyalty. Catherine looked great in a cobalt blue Catherine Walker coat dress for her trip. The Princess of Wales seemed more sure of herself as she broke away from spring pastels. Princess Charlotte was the perfect match for her. Charlotte wore a blue and white floral dress under a navy coat, so she would not seem like she was in a uniform. Her mother's coat and her bright blue tights went well together to round off the look. It is smart how they match. Catherine wears the main hue, and Charlotte utilizes it in patterns or accessories, or the other way around. It connects without taking over the scene. December 2022, Christmas Carol concert in Festive, Burgundy. The Together at Christmas carol session in Westminster Abbey in 2022 was one of the most moving examples of family unity. The family did a terrific job of paying tribute to Queen Elizabeth II. The family wore dark burgundy and maroon for the solemn yet happy ceremony. Catherine looked good in Eponine London's structured coat dress. The deep red color was both regal and festive. Princess Charlotte wore a trotter's coat in a similar burgundy color when she walked with Mom. The two that entered the Abbey looked amazing. They all wore the same coats to show that they were close and had been through a lot together. Prince William and Prince George donned burgundy ties, but the mother-daughter pair stole the show. They smiled at well-wishers and captured hearts with their perfectly timed steps. The Duke of Edinburgh Memorial, March 2022, a sad elegance. Memorials are where the language of fashion is most clear. The dress code for the service of Thanksgiving for Prince Philip's life was more serious and gloomy. Catherine picked out a black and white polka dot dress by Alessandra Rich. It had a high neck and beautiful pleats. It looked both respectable and energetic. Princess Charlotte wore a navy wool peacoat with a velvet collar, much like her mom. The clothes did not match in color, but they did match in shape and feel. Both of them had perfect half updos and coats that fit well and flared at the waist. Charlotte, who is 6 years old, displayed her maturity and strength by dressing like her mother and being confident. Easter Matins Pastel Parade, April 2022. The royal attire for Easter 2022 is less formal. This look set the tone for spring fashion in the UK. Catherine looked great in a light blue Amelia Wickstead coat dress. She typically wears this designer since they have clean lines and timeless styles. The color seemed soft and hopeful, like Cinderella. Princess Charlotte looked great in a Rachel Riley cornflower blue and white floral dress, a navy cardigan, and pastel blue tights. This occasion showed how royal children's apparel combines old and new styles. Charlotte wears modern jackets and smocked skirts, whereas Prince George wears suits and shorts. Aristocratic boys wear shorts till they are 8. The duo looked like mother and daughter since her tights matched Catherine's coat. Big Night In. Casual Coordination. April 2020. Not every royal fashion moment happens on the steps of a church. During the pandemic, the family cheered for caregivers on BBC's Big Night In for children in need and comic relief. To show their thanks to the NHS, the family put up a blue wall on their doorway. Charlotte wore a flowery dress with ruffled sleeves that was a darker blue, while Catherine wore a ghost blue floral midi dress. This was more about the message than the style. The floral patterns on both outfits signified growth and hope at a hard time, and the identical colors suggested that the family was in this together with the country. It reminded us that garments are a way for the royals to talk to one another. Christmas at Sandringham, 2019. Adding accessories. Some synchronization is subtle and only shows up in little details. The elegant design was seen on Christmas Day 2019 as people walked to St. Mary Magdalene Church. Catherine Walker's thick gray mohair coat included artificial fur on the sleeves and collar. It was neutral by itself. She wore a Lock & Company hat and emerald shoes to go with her forest green clothes. While strolling, Princess Charlotte donned a double-breasted coat by Amaya Kids in forest green. This was a great idea. Catherine's accessories went well with Charlotte's main dress. Stylists adore how this cross-referencing of colors attracts the eye from mother to daughter and makes their link stronger without having to wear identical clothes. Meghan and Harry's wedding, Angelic in white, May 2018. The bride is the most important aspect of a wedding, but so is the bridal party. Catherine's and Charlotte's basic look was perfect during Prince Harry and Meghan Markle's wedding. Catherine, always the diplomat, donned a fitted coat by Alexander McQueen in primrose yellow wool silk. Pictures indicate cream/white, to avoid upsetting the bride, but yet look traditional. Princess Charlotte wore a white dress with puffed sleeves and a flower crown as a bridesmaid. The look was soft and innocent. Catherine and Charlotte looked like Renaissance paintings because they stuck to a creamy, neutral color scheme. It was serene and elegant in the thick of all the media craziness. Barbiecore moment in Trooping the Color, 2017. Before the Barbie movie became a worldwide hit, the Princess of Wales and her daughter advocated pink on the balcony of Buckingham Palace. Catherine wore a bubblegum pink Alexander McQueen outfit and a fascinator to the 2017 Trooping the Color. It was one of her most colorful outfits. The little Princess Charlotte donned a pink outfit with white polka dots on her arms. This was a fantastic time for fashion. The guards' red tunics and the dark London sky made the matching pinks stand out. Charlotte is a rewear princess, much like her mom. Later that year, she donned the same pink flowery attire on an official trip to Poland. Catherine donned a pastel purple dress that went well with her baby, making a color scheme that looked like a sunset. The Canadian Tour, Azure Study, 2016. The family's 8-day trip to Canada in 2016 was one of their earliest and most important examples of working together. Charlotte had to arrange her clothes carefully for her first vacation abroad. Catherine wore a blue Jenny Packham dress with a maple leaf brooch. Charlotte walked down the stairs of the plane in a light blue dress with flowers on it and a navy ribbon. They played blue all week. Charlotte wore a light blue dress with a coral cardigan to a gathering for kids at Government House. Catherine chose a white dress with blue embroidery. The constant blue thread throughout the trip was a nod to the host nation, citing lakes and coasts, and made the family seem distinct, but yet like they belonged together in every photo. The look, legacy. What makes these matching moments so interesting? Because they make people remember things. Old pictures of the British royal family, the Romanovs of Russia, and the Swedish royals show kids wearing identical or matching outfits to symbolize their position and closeness. Catherine changed this custom. She does not like being stiff. No rigid collars or fabrics that are uncomfortable. It is replaced with movement, excitement, and fun. Catherine teaches Charlotte how to be the future Princess Royal. She instructs her about how to dress, how to look, and how to be polite. Their clothing selections also show how close they are to each other. In these films, Charlotte often looks up at her mom for comfort, and Catherine bends down to encourage her. Clothes that match are only the outside of an emotional tie. As she gets older, Princess Charlotte's style will alter. We are witnessing her go from wearing smocked dresses to fitting coats and capes. Her mother's example of how to be classy, acceptable, and color-coordinated will live on. Catherine and Charlotte wear labels, but their story makes them the most fashionable mother-daughter pair in the world. It is about a family that helps each other and looks good. From the Lindo Wing steps to the balcony of Buckingham Palace, the Princess of Wales and Princess Charlotte keep smiling through the melting moments. This shows us that fashion is love at its best. Thank you for taking the time to read this overview of royal fashion history. What is your favorite synchronized look for Catherine and Charlotte? Do you enjoy the blues of Easter or the maroons of Christmas? Leave a comment and check back for more news on the most attractive royal family in the world.